and they just saw the game out. Very, very professional performance, particularly second half. Didn't have to make it pretty. They played enough pretty football in the first half.
And we always have to remind everybody that an away win in the Champions League is never an easy thing, no matter who you're playing, but they did it so brilliantly tonight.
Yeah, especially against a team that have not lost in 40 games. You know, they made Salzburg look completely ordinary many times in the game, particularly first half, and obviously they went and got the goal. But Chelsea went up another level, and we talk about the squad, we talk about the subs. It just seems so seamless for Chelsea. You know, Kovacic comes off, Loftus-Cheek comes on, the level goes up another level or stays the same. You know, Sterling comes off, Broja comes on, Mount comes on. You know, it just seems like it's just so seamless, and, you know, Potter's sort of building a machine that doesn't matter who plays. The system's there, the balance is there, you know, the goals are close together, they're really bouncing off each other. It's really enjoyable to watch Chelsea really, you know, put across a really professional performance against, you know, a team that don't lose at home.
Mateo, Connor, congratulations on getting through to the knockout stages of the Champions League once again. Connor, how pleased are you?
Yeah, really happy. It's a really tough game today, which we knew it would be. But everyone stuck to the tasks, and we gave our all, and the 3 points are massive, and we're just happy to qualify.
Yeah, Mateo, after such a dominant performance in the first half, how difficult was it to adapt in the second half, because they came out with so much purpose?
We knew that they will come out strong in the second half, and then a little mistake from ourselves and we concede. But we react very well. We scored a second, and it's an important win. Important that we are through, and now we have to concentrate on our next game.
Before we talk about the second goal from Kai Havertz, we've got to talk about yours. You don't score many, but when you do, they tend to be screamers.
Everybody's telling the same, that I don't score many, but yeah, not many, but this one was a nice one. But as I always say, important that the team wins, and who scores the goals in the end is less important.
Connor, 2 brilliant goals from your teammates tonight, but how special was his?
It's a great finish. I couldn't believe it, to be honest.
yeah.
No, I think to get that first goal was very important, and it definitely helped us out and gave us a bit more confidence in the game. So it's a great finish. Nice goal.
Thank you.
Overall, Mateo, would you say that's been your best performance in a Chelsea shirt this season?
I don't know. Difficult to tell, but like I said before, the most important are the 3 points. A good game from the whole team, and focus on the next one.
How did it feel to you as well to score a goal as good as that in the country that you were born as well?
Yeah, it's nice to score where I was born. My parents are here, my friends, so very nice to score on this occasion, and very happy about it.
And Connor, a special night for you as well, your first start in the Champions League. How did it feel out there?
Yeah, it's a really proud moment. I wanted to give a good performance today, and I wanted us to get the win, which was the most important thing. And hopefully I can push on from this.
It is a gruelling schedule between now and the World Cup. How are you finding things under the new manager and trying to impress him and try and play as minutes as you can?
Yeah, it's really important. We're just taking it game by game. Every game is very important, and we got a lot of them, so everyone needs to be ready, which we are, so hopefully we can carry on the form we're in.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Great to see spells there from the Chelsea players. And Kovacic actually scored his 5th Champions League goal tonight. All of his goals have come under different managers. But Annie, how much did you enjoy watching that goal go in the back of the net?
Well, I mean, I spoke about him before the game, you know, his importance. And he's one of those players that sometimes you won't get the praise and the glory, but he just does everything right. He has such a good impact in the midfield. You see here, he's already advanced, you know, expecting the ball to drop to him, and then you get your rewards. Instinctive finish, left foot, you know, top corner. But you see already, he's already sort of, this is what you want from your midfielders. You know, Jorginho is sort of that more balance, a little bit deeper, and Kovacic has gone forward and got the goal. But he's such a good influence on this Chelsea team, so impactful. And even off the ball, he's got legs. You see him going out wide, pressing, winning the ball back and giving it to the creative players. So great influence on the team. But I think, you know, Graham Potter's got to keep him fit. He comes off. I don't think he can play 90 minutes yet. So when he gets, you know, when he's able to play 90 minutes, I think he's going to have even more of an impact on the team.
How important is he for this Chelsea
No,
side?
he was brilliant tonight, and I think they're a better team when he's playing and playing at his best. They've got to look after him. I think he's got a slight problem with his knee, but his goal there was excellent. It just shows you, you know, when it comes off a defender, you're not set, really. It come off a defender and he just stroked the ball in the top corner with the instep. It was a beautiful finish. One, I think he could do more if he gets in them advanced positions. He actually plays a lot deeper, but I think they're allowing him to get a little bit... I think Graham's allowing him to get involved a little bit more in and around the D. Hence why he's had an important goal there tonight.
Well, that was a great opening goal and a real treat. But how about the equaliser? Because this was special, wasn't it, Jack?
Outstanding. I mean, it come as a little bit of a shock because Chelsea were in the ascendancy and they're getting a mix-up. Thiago Silva, only mistake of the game where he's come out there. And look at this for a ball. He has to take it early, but he floats that in. And then the finish to guide that into the floor and bounce. Look, Thiago Silva just comes out of there. That's the only... He was outstanding again tonight, Thiago, but he got that one wrong. And this ball here is so difficult because he's had to bend it round Cucurella and Chalobah. And Adamu, what he's done, he just used the speed of the ball and just guided it in. It's an outstanding finish. And after this, they had a little go, Salzburg, and you thought they're going to make a game of this, but then Chelsea come back into it and then the class shown. But what a finish that was. Were
you impressed with how Chelsea responded after that moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I think on that goal as well, Salzburg really counter-attacked, and I think that's the only thing for Chelsea where they're a little bit susceptible to the counter-attack, and they took advantage of that. But Chelsea were dominant. That goal was actually against the run of play, and Chelsea were dominant. They brought the substitutes in. Kai Havertz goes and gets a great goal. But I don't think Chelsea's performance really dropped off even after the goal. And what I love about this is how close all the players are to each other. That, they're playing in little great pockets, triangles. Pulisic plays it there. You can't give Havertz that amount of space. An absolutely wonderful finish in the top corner.
His first touch there, Havertz, it's all about his first touch. He actually drags it round and sets it outside of his body so he can whip his foot round it. It's a beautiful finish. And there, it's a happy camp, look, and that's proof. You've got a sub that, might be going on. Everyone, it's easy when you're winning and they're on an unbeaten run, and it is a happy camp, and it should be as well, because they're playing some good football as well as looking solid at the same time.
Is that the sign of how good a manager Graham Potter really is? Because that takes a good amount of man management, I can imagine. Oh,
absolutely. I think that's where I think he looks at the person even more important than the player. He knows what they can do as players. He's got to pick the side tactically. But I think the more... This team will get better, actually, and have a better relationship with him as time goes by. Because he actually coaches the person, actually, more than the player. Yeah. And I've heard that from the Brighton players, and I think he's doing it. And it takes a bit of time, and I think Chelsea will get better and better.
Congratulations, you are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League with a game to spare, and what a match it was as well. How pleased are you?
Yeah, delighted. Fantastic performance, I thought, from the players. Showed real courage here because, the atmosphere, the way they're so intense, they're put you under a lot of pressure, but we thought we controlled it quite well and attacked well, created some chances. A bit disappointing to only be 1-0 at half-time. One mistake or one action from them, which can happen at this level, but then we responded really well. And great goal from Kai, and I think overall we deserve to go through.
How hard did you have to work in that second half to adapt and manage to get the victory in the end?
Yeah, it was hard work, but it's going to be at this level. That's how it is. Away from home in the Champions League, so complicated with the crowd, with the team, with the quality that they have. But overall, I thought we played well. Like I said, created some chances, scored 2 good goals, and responded well to when we had the setback. So overall, delighted for the players. They've been fantastic.
You talked before the game about needing to use the wide areas in order to break this Salzburg team down. How effectively do you feel that worked?
Yeah, I thought it was quite good. I mean, we got Raheem in some good areas and Christian as well, and the fact that they have to defend in the back four quite wide in big spaces allows Connor and Kai to get in. And like I said, first half, I thought we could have probably had another couple of goals, but not easy because how they defend, they're so good. But overall, really happy with the performance. You
said 2 brilliant goals tonight. Your face was a picture when Havertz's goal went in, when the second one went in. How good was that?
Oh, it's amazing, yeah. Top corner. It makes my job a lot easier when they can do that, to be fair. So great for him. Really pleased because he's been fighting and he's been trying his best and just nearly there to scoring more. So today to score that and to help us through is fantastic.
You really had to turn things round in this group since you took over at Chelsea, going from bottom of the group, now top of the group with a win and through to the knockout stages. You're making light work of this Champions League stuff, Graham.
Well, no, I wish. Credit to the players, they've been fantastic. Tough game at Salzburg in difficult circumstances with not too much understanding of the players at all, but the two Milan games are really important for us to show our quality, which we did, and then tonight to win is a fantastic result for us.
You've been saying how you need to manage Mateo Kovacic's minutes this season along with other players in order to avoid injuries. We saw him come off. Is he okay?
Yeah, just feeling his calf a little bit. There's a heavy pitch. There's a bit of tightness. Hopefully it's not too bad. You know, it was the same for Mason, same for Ruben. It's just how it is at this point of the season.
At the weekend, it's a return to Brighton for you. What type of a game and atmosphere are you expecting?
Another tough game, a different game, but another tough game. Obviously, I know the team very well. I know their quality, so I look forward to going back there.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Yep, the Graham Potter derby coming up. But actually, I just wanted to pick up on one thing. We've been talking about how special it is for players to score goals in that fashion and in that way. But what's it like for a manager when your players can deliver like that?
Well, he said it. He said it right on cue. Makes his job a lot easier when he's got talent like that. And he has got talent in this squad, as I said. It's got so much depth. There's class players waiting on the bench to come on. So you always know you can change it tactically. But more importantly, whether you keep it the same like he did today, he just changed personnel. He put defenders on when he needed to see out the game. And that's the beauty of having a squad like Chelsea. And he's done a marvellous job, but he knows he's got them to do it. And he's just adjusting them really well. I think, you know, he said the reason Loftus-Cheek and Mason Mount were left out was because there was a little bit of fatigue in some of the muscles. Well, at the end of the day, you've still got class players that you can change them, and they come on near the end of the game. So it's all working out wonderfully well for Chelsea at the moment, and I think he needs a lot of credit. I really do. I see him already.
With that?
Absolutely. I think there was obviously the question marks before he took the job was, you know, can he go up another level? What would he be like in Champions League? What would he be like managing, you know, top players? He's answered every single question, and he looks so comfortable. You almost forget that he hasn't sort of managed at this level. And, you know, we go back to it in terms of how he's managed the people behind the players. I think he was telling on at the weekend when he took Cucurella off, first 30 minutes, there was no reaction from the player at all, because I think the players know that he is going to change it around. I am going to get a chance in this squad. I am going to get an opportunity. Earlier on in the season, I think Gallagher came off in the first 15 minutes, and I know he was injured, I know he's ill, but I think the players understand that with 5 subs, they're going to get a chance, they're going to play. The manager believes in them, he's given players an opportunity. So I think he's managed everything, you know, that a manager can possibly do well. But the test will be when it gets difficult. What pot are we going to see then? That will be interesting.
Well, that was exactly what I was going to ask you, Joe, actually, because now we've seen what he can achieve in these opening 9 games. But what about when the competition does get tougher? It's a different prospect then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different prospect in that sense. But, you know, we can all walk and talk when things are going well and victory, but you don't get any impressions from Graham Potter. Even when you interview him, he's very straight. He doesn't deviate from what he sees as his message he wants to give. You can't imagine him ever becoming flustered. I've never seen him become flustered at Brighton. I've never seen him... And you have to remember, he had a lot of runs at Brighton where it was 5, 6, 7 games and they didn't win, and people stupidly were questioning him then. So I don't see that as a problem. I think the challenges he's got is it's the honeymoon period at the moment. You know, every players who've been out in the cold, they've seen Kepa come back in, and now everyone in that squad, young players, old players, they feel like they've got the opportunity to get back into the fold. And he will know that. After 2-3 months, Hakim Ziyech, you know, for instance, he might be one who's not... I'm only using him because he hasn't featured as much as the others. You know, his motivation might start to slip, and then how do you manage that player then? It might, you know, all the pats on the back and everything might not be the right course of action, but I'm sure Graham Potter will address that when it comes. So everything's going so well at the moment, you're almost looking at things possibly down the line that could possibly go wrong and how he would react. But he's ticked every box so far, all the players are at it, and it's the garden is rosy at the moment. And
you can see the games that he has upcoming, and we just saw, and he alluded to it in his interview, Brighton, just very quickly, that's the next game. And what's it like to manage former club for the first time?
It's quite enjoyable.
Is it?
You go back, but there's no better way than going back to this Brighton game unbeaten. He could have been going there with 3 defeats, and under pressure, but he's going back. He's going to enjoy the day. He'll enjoy his team. He'll set his team up. He knows he's got a tough game at Brighton because Brighton are a very, very good side. But I just see You know, we're waiting for something to, you know, we're analysing when it goes wrong. Well, it might not go wrong. If they just keep this tide of winning and unbeaten run, they'll get more confidence. I can see Chelsea getting better.
Wow, who knows how far they can go, hey?